Hey, Dave, thanks for joining me for one of my famous, we're talking literally at least 8 views, unboxing videos. And today's is particularly special to me because it was unprompted. I got an email from Justin Shaffer, who's been on the show before, and wanted to send me his latest card deck. And I was very excited. I told him I've been experimenting with these videos. You and I came up over the weekend. We're very close to work. And so here we are. Here we are in the new Studio B of the Teaching and Learning Studios. And what do you got for me?
This is what Justin sent us. It is, I actually don't know what it is. Here it is, but it's in this package with our address on it. So you can also send something to us if you screenshot it.
The thing that I love, our children on another one of the unboxing videos were like, Mom, you're showing our address to the entire world. And I'm like, no, first of all, that was just the P.O. box. But yes, this is actually required by law.
It's the business address. It goes on all our mailers, so it's not anything like super secret or anything like that. But you too could send us something.
If you've made a card deck, we would love to see it.
Sure, why not?
And I can't promise unboxing, because if I was just met with hundreds of unboxing, opportunities, I might have to start to,
Could just be something we do every weekend is come up here and do
this is
unboxing
like
videos.
A romantic date of sorts. And you don't think we need the biggest scissors in the world, but I just feel, it doesn't show up on camera. These scissors are enormous.
Those are really
Someone
large
could be
scissors.
hurt. Dave's fairly sure he can do this without any scissors involved. But if
we
you
need
need
the
them as a
scissors.
backup, they're right here on the front part of the table.
Are we ready to go?
I'm ready.
Is there like I feel like I should do some sort of YouTube drama. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yes, I would.
And there'd be like some kind of sponsor read or something.
That's a reference to a 1980s movie that some of you will get.
There we go.
Wayne's World.
I do know it's a deck of cards because you told me it was a deck of cards. So
Yep.
Here we go. All right, so there is a deck of cards. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, even stickers. Thank you for the sticker.
Yeah, nice sticker.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a Justin Shaffer's business card. Very nice.
Nice. We could also see his address, right? If we showed it. Yeah. Oh,
maybe.
no physical address. So
okay.
you'd have to settle for.
All right, we're good. A nice little note. He says, "Hi, Bonnie. I hope you enjoy the cards. Justin, he spelled your first name correctly."
Nice.
Gotta love that. There's
Nice.
not everyone gets that reference that there's no E in Bonnie.
Yeah, not everybody does.
And
which is okay, by the way, because sometimes spell check hurts you on that front. But
this is the official receipt.
all right,
And
paid the big
now,
bucks
the
for
exciting,
this one.
Indeed.
All right, he's got
exciting-
quite the system, though. It's nice.
Okay, let's see if there's like a little.
You know who has the thumbnail for these sorts of things if it comes down to it.
This is
So
where
you don't
I
wanna-
need the scissors, but I don't think that I do.
I don't want you to damage the box.
Yeah, I know you don't want me to. See, normally I wouldn't worry about it, but this is like oh, you already did this.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't want to get in the shot with the giant scissors. Eek! That also scares me too. You'll shoot your eye out. Another movie reference some of you will get.
A course design card deck. I'll let you do that this time. I'm not even going to attempt it.
Oh, this one, actually, you could attempt it. This would be.
Yeah.
This one's much easier than. This is like turned into an ASMR video.
We have to do this.
Yep.
Now you can tag it as an ASMR.
And would you please do me the honor of reading that?
What is alignment? Alignment is the critical idea based on backward design that all course materials should tie together and support one another. This card deck was designed to help instructors use alignment to add engaging learning objectives, assessments, and activities to their courses, and for how to deal with specific course design situations and combat barriers to using evidence-based course design strategies. This deck was designed by Justin Shaffer, a teaching professor, author, speaker, and enthusiast, for helping faculty transform their course designs to improve STEM education and learning outcomes. There we go.
All right, we're going to play a little mini round. I don't know how this is going to go. You want to read the directions but maybe stop after each step?
Sure. Instructions. Step 1. Choose a topic from a class that you teach or want to teach.
I am going to choose the topic of the I in Mike Caulfield's SIFT model, which is investigate the source. That's the lesson.
Okay. Step 2. Shuffle and place the learning objectives, LOs, assessments, and activities cards face down in separate piles. So 3 separate piles.
Also, starting to smell like food in here. Does it smell like food in here to you?
I think it's the...
Justin, were you eating before you said
No, it's sealed in plastic. He wouldn't have been eating. It does have a... It has an interesting, like a good... It's kind of
like a new car smell?
Yeah. Yeah, but like... It has a specific spice that I can't put my hands on. Okay, did you shuffle?
No, but I think good enough.
I'm going to shuffle.
Okay.
Because I just feel like, wait a minute, some of these are situations and some of these are barriers.
Oh, see, I already didn't
Learning
follow the
objectives,
directions.
assessments, and activities cards in separate piles.
We're doing the beginner's version here because it's our first time. All right. Next up, we flip over the top card from each of the 3 piles. Come up with an aligned learning objective, assessment, and activity that fits your topic and discuss. I chose level 6, which is create. Create, design, develop, formulate, plan, write, modify, construct. And so that's around my learning objectives. I want to have people create something. And ironically, and quite fittingly, the assessment is portfolio. Do you want to hold that one up? Students compile a course-long portfolio comprised of several items individually or in a group. And then the activity is pre-class quiz. Students complete an online quiz or assessment that assesses what they learned prior to class. And I think I'm going to make another television reference or entertainment reference. I'm going to say discuss, but that wasn't very good because I was trying to do an old Saturday Night Live coffee talk. Do you remember the coffee talk on Saturday Night Live? Discuss.
I don't think yes, I do actually remember that. Now that you said it with the...
Yeah, I had to have the
full
coffee talk.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So for me, in terms of the I, investigate the source, one thing I'm drawing inspiration from right now, Dave, is that, and in fact, Mike already has this in his 3-hour SIFT online course, is along the way you're creating a notebook. But I'm finding that the symbolism of a notebook may not be as helpful as thinking about a portfolio. I think a lot about what I've learned so much from open educators out there that talk about, breaking the fourth wall. How do we open it up? And having a portfolio where people could share across the course, that could probably be helpful. As far as the pre-class quiz, this is the real challenge, Dave, is that we are living in a time that someone can just have open on their browser, any of us, a little extension that just tells them the right answer to the quiz, and they literally don't have to test themselves. And I'm just having to rethink, how do I get across that these are meant to be helpful, and you're not going to necessarily help yourself by using one of these extensions, although also recognizing that there are opportunities for us to take advantage of that. So I have to just think about how I want to talk about that and think through quizzes. Should we do one more?
Sure.
And maybe you could think about a learning outcome. I realize you don't teach traditional classes.
I do not teach traditional classes in the traditional
you have
sense,
taught,
but I am thinking about...
And you also teach in a different way. You're also a parent, whatever you want to go with this.
Yeah, level 1, remember. And so learning objective.
So these would be things like list, define, identify, describe, name, state, label, recognize.
Take home quiz or exam. Students complete an individual summative quiz or exam outside of class time.
Do you know what I'm thinking about right now? Dave and I continually are teaching digital literacy to our children, and also their school is wonderful at doing this as well.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil anything here, but for really both of our children, they do have digital devices in their future, both of them, for various reasons, many educational. So if we think about digital literacy, is there one topic or learning outcome that you'd want to think about that you'd want either or both kids to remember something, and then any way we could turn it into that, and then any way we might You want to do the last one too, by the way?
Yeah, data analysis. Students work individually or in groups to analyze data related to the topic at hand during class. So the thing that I was thinking of in relation to our kids that I think you are very intentional about this too, but I'm always trying to remind them of is what, especially in relation to YouTube and social media, not that they're on social media, but just like it's important for them to understand that exists in the world, is why do those platforms and companies want you to be on those platforms? Like, what is the business reason behind that?
Nothing in life is free.
Nothing in life is free. And so understanding that, and it's funny because our daughter will now say, like, we'll ask her, what is she doing? She's like, I'm just going to see what the YouTube algorithm is going to feed me. Let's use that language, which is really funny. So I think we both want them to, because it's really easy with kids especially to go down the path of like, okay, screen time and the logistic stuff and the rules and expectations. And of course we have that in our household, and to miss the bigger picture of like what you're really trying to teach. And we want them to understand like, okay, here's like why these companies want your attention, why sometimes that's okay, and like as long as you know that, and why sometimes that's not, and we have good boundaries for that. So that's the remember piece. That's what's coming up for me. The take-home quiz or exam, this is obviously we're not giving them exams at home, but I think we often are. What we will do is in the context of a conversation that comes up about something online or something in the news or something someone was doing on a device one day, is we'll use that as an opportunity to do the, what's the term that I'm
Retrieval practice.
Thank you. Retrieval practice of like, okay, well, that thing that happened online, that advertisement you saw or this thing, like, what's the reason that this platform did that? Like you and I will both be curious, like we know the reason, but part of it is like we're trying to reinforce their memories of understanding like how the ecosystem works around that. The data analysis piece, students work individually in groups to analyze data related to the topic at hand during the class. Yes, Bonnie, in the first row.
I have an idea how we all could do this, not just children. Pick up your phone and go and look at your screen time. I actually did this with students in my personal leadership and productivity class. So that could be an activity where you analyze your own screen time.
Nice.
And many of them are telling me about going and actually using screen time to lock themselves to a maximum number of minutes. So maybe Instagram, they find themselves mindlessly scrolling. They're going to set a 15 minutes per day, and they can kind of use that tool. I was going to say against themselves, but really it's for themselves in order to really regain that control that they seek over their time and attention. So that might be a fun exercise for our kids. I will find and put in the notes for this video the recommended organization that our kids' school suggests for having some sort of a contract if your children have devices. A good idea to have them have that commitment that they sign once a year. I'm even thinking the take-home quiz or exam could be, because I remember we did it. I don't think we're quite as good at every year doing it, but we've signed with them at least twice now that I can recall. And it would be good then maybe just to have a little mini quiz to make sure that we know what we're signing. Because I think for so many of us, myself very much included, the whole software license comes up or the agreement, and just hitting that you read it and didn't always read it, that could be a good thing to make sure we're all as a family taking that seriously.
And then data analysis, you were mentioning screen time, which I love because I didn't think about that, but it got me thinking about every week. Our son goes back and forth with using Xbox a lot, and he'll like go on a deep dive for like 3 or 4 days. Well, he'll play a ton of Xbox and then he won't touch it for 2 months. And so I get a report on email, and he's just starting to use email because he's at the age where that's age appropriate with some restrictions and oversight. But I've noticed on his account, he gets a report. Like we get a report. They send the same thing to the kid of like, oh, here's how much time you spent on Xbox, at least by default. And I think that's like a great way for him to just like self-check, because sometimes when he goes down the rabbit hole on like he could spend hours on it. I don't think he even realizes that. So there we go.
And of course, you and I, similar with things that really capture our attention. Yeah, good for us to have these things to be self-aware. Well, I want to thank Justin Shaffer for sending me a copy of your new card deck. I love that you thought of me. And as Dave mentioned, if any of you have card decks that you would like to just send, I would love to play with them and to experiment with them with the faculty where I teach and where I work. And who knows, maybe we'll do it at home too. Just thanks so much for watching, everybody.
Thanks.